Okay.
Wasn't that the point? To get more points?
It only said
Sure,
congratulations,
okay.
but it would say
Every time I did it,
congratulations,
it says like
game
well,
over.
Yeah, like that it was not a cheat.
There's two different ways to look at it, right? I mean, you can try to get the most points for yourself, or try to have kind of like a communal benefit where you
I mean, naming the AI Lucifer didn't really help.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
That's a really good
You would
point.
have preferred Judas, right?
I'll go into an example where we used the United States used a similar tool to try to model how the Soviet Union would react during the Cold War, just different strategies that we might take. And they named the opponent's side Ivan, and
Yeah.
the U.S. side was named Sam. But yeah, well, I'll talk about that a little bit more. Obviously, it was a little bit more involved than a 2x2 matrix, but
2x2 is plenty sophisticated for me.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right, well, I mean, I don't know how long we should,
Yeah, I could just
calibrate.
jump in.
Yeah, why don't you?
Uh,
I'll just start by introducing myself. So my name is Mark Joinnides. I went to Regis, graduated in 2003. I went to Binghamton afterwards, studied bioengineering there and business management, and I graduated in 2008. So if you do the math, that's 5 years undergrad, which was fun. No, it actually was fun. And then I went to graduate school, got a master's degree in bioengineering from Penn. After that, I worked for a few startups. I worked at a cancer lab in Cold Spring Harbor. I worked at a hedge fund with another Regis grad for a little bit. I started a study abroad company, China Airway. Maybe some of your classmates have gone to China with us. You may have heard about that a little bit. And right now I'm doing consulting for life science firms. So you might be asking, how does all this relate to artificial intelligence? Why don't I know anything about it? I mean, I'm definitely no expert, but when I studied bioengineering in college, especially undergrad, the focus was on nonlinear systems. And in order to model nonlinear systems, you often need some type of intelligent or adaptive algorithm on the computer to understand what different outcomes might be given certain inputs. So how many of you guys use like Pandora, for example, the internet radio? Yeah, you use it. Tell me a little bit about it. Do you know anything about how it works, or?
No, not really. I mean, I know you like pick artists and songs that you like, give it like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and it basically creates a playlist for you of songs that things you might like based on what you do like.
Yeah. And how many of you have bought something from Amazon before? Yeah. So you know how when you buy something it says, oh, you might also want to buy this. It's kind of the same idea as Pandora, right? You like to listen to this, you might also like to listen to this. That's kind of an example of where we're at right now commercially with artificial intelligence in terms of commercial applications. Do you have any idea, any hypothesis how you think this might work? I mean, I'm going to go into some detail, but yeah.
I mean, I would guess it's just based on other people that like similar things to you. What else do they like that you haven't indicated that you have an opinion on?
So just like a probability straight up matching.
I mean, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Amazon at the bottom is like other people.
Yeah,
bought
Amazon's
these
algorithm works a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
With Pandora, doesn't it use the different characteristics of the music
It does.
in order to determine what you might like to
It
listen to?
does, exactly, yeah. And that's, they use an algorithm called the genetic algorithm. So you know how Pandora is called the Music Genome Project? So one of the things I studied in bioengineering is actually called genetic algorithms. And it's an adaptive algorithm that kind of teaches itself how to create the most optimal output. So when you're voting, thumbs up or thumbs down on a song, it keeps track of that. And based on the characteristics of that song, let me try to think about how I can explain this best. So,
Is it like decoding the genome of the song and then?
It codifies the different aspects of the song, like let's say the tempo, maybe certain aspects of the melody, how deep is the bass, what type of, like how frequently are there pitch changes, how frequently are there key changes, and this is all codified into ones and zeros, right? So, but I'm going to need to write a little bit. I don't have a board, so let me just write a little bit. I'll just give you an example. So let's just say you have a few songs, right? This is song 1, song 2. They're all coded based on the same variables. So let's just say tempo, different pitches, patterns of pitches and stuff like that.
Major, minor.
Yeah, different keys, key changes, exactly. So as you listen to this, you're voting for each of these songs, and each song, according to the algorithm, is just a series of ones and zeros, right? That's all a computer can understand anyway. Now, you vote thumbs up for this one, thumbs up for this one, thumbs down for this one, thumbs up for this one. Every so often, this algorithm goes through iterations. So with each iteration, there's a probability that one of these songs will survive into the next round, right? Or will be kind of reproduced into the next round. So the songs that you vote thumbs up for have a higher chance of reproduction. If you think of Charles Darwin and his theory of evolution, the survival of the fittest, this thumbs up and thumbs down corresponds to the fitness of the song. And your mind or your enjoyment of music is the environment. So if you really enjoy a song, you give it a thumbs up, it has a much higher chance of surviving in the next round. And songs with that share certain characteristics of the songs you like will end up being in the next round. So what they do is, in the next generation or next iteration of the algorithm, they might combine these two songs. They might combine the ones and zeros randomly, kind of like two human parents, their genes will combine to create a child. They'll randomly mix and match these ones and zeros, and they'll come up with some output, and then they'll match that output with a close match of a song that you might also like. So you can see how iteration after iteration, this will kind of slowly learn what you like. And it's not really like a one-to-one probability thing like other people like this, so you might like it. It's actually learning about the traits that you like, and those traits will survive into the next generation, so to speak. Makes sense?
Yeah.
So far?
So when you, the next round, so to speak, if it gives you a song and you don't like it,
Yeah.
then it learns that
Yeah.
that combination was.
Yeah, that combination was bad. It doesn't survive. So if you think of like an animal, like maybe like a dinosaur, a triceratops with really tiny horns that it can't survive in the next round. I don't know. That's the first thing that comes to mind. But so the more fit the song is, the higher the probability of reproduction. Thank you. All right, nice to see you. So that's kind of an example of where we're at now in terms of commercial applications of artificial intelligence. And again, that's called the genetic algorithm. It's an unsupervised learning algorithm. There are other examples of supervised learning algorithms where we actually feed in predetermined data, and the algorithm will adapt based on like a training set of data. So I'm going to need to write a little bit again. It always helps me to write things down.
Get some
Explaining them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. This should be okay for now, though. So I won't spend a lot of time on this because I want to get to the prisoner's dilemma. But